Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Bad Date Show. As always, we are so excited to be here with you. If you haven't already, make sure you start following us on all our social media pages. We are available on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at the Bad Date Show. Tonight, I am joined by the ever so lovely Natalia at Talia Jabs on Instagram. And our guest tonight is the very beautiful Stella Marin, who can be found with all her goodies on itsstellamarin.com and at itsstellamarin on Instagram. Now, if you're anything like me, you are so tired of looking for love in all the wrong places. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the trendiest, most controversial ways to find that connection that we all look for, online dating. Now, that is a very big topic, and we do plan on covering a lot of it, but tonight we're just going to be focusing on the red flags of online dating and what happens if you ignore them. So that's right, we're talking about catfishing at all levels, telltale signs of a creep, and what you need to know to prevent a huge letdown when your online romance gets into the real world. If you know me, you know that I've spent years online dating, okay? In fact, some of the people watching this show tonight are here because we swipe right on one another. Hey, Ethan. Just kidding. But anyway, because of that, I have been stood up, I have been catfished, and I have even been digitally proposed to for what I can only imagine was a visa to get into the country. That being said, ladies, I think I have become a pro at spotting a lot of these red flags. Yeah. And I am interested and so excited to talk about this topic. So I'm gonna open the floor up with Natalia. Natalia, my girl, what would you consider to be the most annoying red flag? Like when you see this on an online profile, how do you know that person is going to be a bust?
Oh yeah, so I've had my fair share, but number one, I hated it when a guy had a filter. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you having dog ears? That's so weird.
Oh my god, this never have filters.
Like, why are you doing that?
Unless you're a teenager, there's no need for that.
There's no need for it. I think it looks so gay and stupid and whatever. So, another one's like a picture that's way too far away because you're just like, what do you look like? Like, let me just get my, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
I
don't really know what they
was gonna say
look like.
stethoscope. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I mean like possessive language, like when they're like, when you're reading their profile, whatever. I don't even know if I really read some, but if they like say like I need or like I want, it's so possessive, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
So you're saying that you can tell when they're going to try to tell you what to wear and where to go, just based on their online profile?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not what anybody needs.
No, absolutely not. Oh my god, I've been talking since starting this show. Do you know how many people have come up to me and said, oh, my girlfriend and my boyfriend, they don't want me to go here, they don't want me to go there, they don't want me to wear this, they're going to get jealous. That controlling stuff, that's a huge thing to look out for.
That's a sign of abuse.
Seriously. Yeah. If you can spot that on online dating, like, you have a good eye, because trust me, I've been through that. I'm sure we have too.
Yeah, whenever I hear my friends say that they can't do it because of their significant other, I'm like, what? Who? Where? Why? Well, why?
So that's never acceptable.
Yeah, it's
No.
a little strange to me. But talk about this proposal, like what?
Right?
Okay, so you guys have seen that show 90 Day Fiancé, or at least heard of it?
Yeah,
Heard of it?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I was almost a victim of 90 Day Fiancé, which I'm not saying all their stories are fake and about getting into the country, but come on, some of them are a little iffy, let's be real here, okay? So this guy was from another country, which is cool with me, and he spoke French, and I speak a little bit of French, and I'm always trying to make my French better, so I was like, ooh la la, like, you know what I mean? Bonjour. So, you know, I was like really excited to talk to the dude, and he was really handsome. So I think I was telling you, Stella, like, I don't normally.
Wait, was he
answer-
French?
No, he was Algerian, Northern Africa. They speak French and Arabic and this native language Berber.
Okay.
It's like it's really cool. But I know a lot of people from Morocco and Algeria, so I was familiar with it already. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I figured maybe we connected because of some of the friends that I have from those countries. So anyway, dude hits me up. He hits me up on a regular basis, right? And I'm just like, he's really cute. So I tried to ignore him, but I really couldn't. And so I started talking to him or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So, no lie, like after a week and a half, 2 weeks, homeboy's talking about he loves me. We didn't talk on video, we didn't meet each other, nothing. He's talking about he loves me. Now, to be fair, I was a little vulnerable at the time, okay? Like, I wasn't like, I was creeped out, but like, and I was keeping it real myself, but I wasn't completely shutting him off either. I was letting him give me all these sweet nothings.
You didn't call your girlfriends at this point?
What is it?
They're gonna be like, he's saying he loves you.
My girlfriends call me for stuff. I don't know. I mean, like, when, like, they're like, what do I do about this guy? Drop him. And I'm over here like, I love you
But
too.
also, like, when you know you're that awesome, it's like, of course you love me. Why would you not love me?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was looking for a humble way to say it, but no. That's
Alright, well, still got you.
No. I'm kidding. But anyway, no, so basically, long story short, he starts telling me that he wants to marry me and stuff like that and meet his mom. And he told his mom we were going to get married and all this other stuff. And I really think, and he kept trying to say, oh, come over to my country, but I want to come to your country first. Like, he kept trying to get me to, like, get him over to America. And I'm just like, I don't even know how that works. Like, how do you bring somebody to America and stuff like that? So I was like, you know what? It's time for you to go. But anyway, like, I think we're still technically friends on Facebook, or I blocked him or something like that. But he's really handsome, and so it's hard to ignore. And
So you're friends with him just to look at? Got it.
no, really, just because he kind of like really kind of stalked me a little bit. So I kept him as a friend to keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
you know,
that's
there's
not
like blocking is cool, but then you cut off your contact with that person too. You know. But anyway,
You want to hear one of my stories?
girl, do I?
Yes.
So when we first, like, it was such a handsome older guy, like so good looking, and whatever. We went on a date, and he was like, first thing out of his mouth was like, "So we met on," and I'm like, "Holy shit!" I wanted to be like, "We met on Mars." Like, well, what? Like, what? So I was like, okay, this guy clearly is on like 15 apps, right?
Okay.
So then he was like, but at the time I was on Bumble, and like you can see where Pearson's location is. So he lived down the shore, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come see you. I'm working in Philly that day. I'm like, you're coming from the shore. Long story short, I was like, this guy's just really good looking. He just doesn't want to like act like, oh, I'm coming here for a girl from the shore.
So he was like proud of, like he was too proud to.
Yeah, really proud to
Drive
drive.
like 2 hours.
So he was driving 2 hours.
So I knew it wasn't going to be anything after he said
Right.
that, and I was like,
Right,
I was like, good, just free drinks and free whatever. So whatever. So then he was like, I want to see you again, and I was like, why? You just lied to me. But I was like, fine, we'll see each other again. So we saw each other 2 days later. Again, he lied to me. He's coming from the shore, and I'm like, okay, so he's obviously like, what else is he lying about? He's an older guy, good looking. I was like, he's obviously all that like that. Whatever. So he wants to come over. I'm like, nah. Like, there's something a little bit fishy. But anyway, he's a liar. Like, I called him out on it, and he was like, what are you talking about? I probably sounded psycho because I was like, I see you that you're not coming from the shore.
That's the worst though when they argue with facts. It's like, I can clearly see your
Yeah, but again, he didn't know
Like,
which
this is
app we were on,
science.
obviously. So I was like, weird.
So did you ever meet up with him? No.
It
Oh,
was over.
well, good. You probably saved yourself a bad time.
Oh yeah, I totally did. I was like, this is done.
Yeah. So you were saying earlier when we were talking about it that your big red flag is when they just get out of a relationship.
Yes,
right?
yes, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize it at first. The first time I encountered that, I had just gotten out of a relationship. So I was on Bumble too.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, just got out of a serious relationship, not looking for anything. And I was like, this could be perfect for me. I just got out of like an 8-year-long relationship. Like, seems like a good match.
Mm-hmm.
What he failed to mention was that his divorce wasn't finalized. So that was the relationship that he was getting out of, was a marriage, and it wasn't even fully over. And I didn't like find out the specifics until we were kind of like maybe like a month in. And at that point, like I already had feelings. I liked the guy. We were hanging out. And I'm like, all right, that's no big deal. You're getting the divorce, so that's fine. And it was finalized while we were dating. But he talked about her all the time, and in a good way. So at
Because
first
they're
I was
not
like,
over them.
yeah, and at first I was like, oh, he still respects her, like that's a good
Yeah.
sign. And then it got to the point where he talks about her so much, and like had her on such a pedestal that I was like, are you guys gonna get back together? Are you actually getting the divorce? Are you trying to reconcile? And he kept trying to assure me like, oh no, it's over. I'm like, but you clearly still love her.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's true. Like I had the one guy that kept talking, like bashing his ex though. I find that awful. Like when you bash somebody, it's just
that's a big red flag, because if you're gonna talk about them, you're gonna talk about me too.
Right.
You know,
well, it's not even that. It's just the fact that like if you're bashing them, you either A, still love them, or B, like
or you just
you're just have nothing else to talk about.
You're just a jerk. Or a loser, right? You have nothing else to talk about.
Like, yeah, when they're not over them, it's like then you become their emotional crutch. So then you have to listen to them cry about it. Like the day he signed the papers, the divorce papers, like he was all emotional. I was like, oh, you know, it's over and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, great, it's over, good. But like,
well, that's why I put that as one of my big red flags, because I tend, this is a word to the wise out there, if you see me on social dating platforms, it's because I just got out of a relationship. Because that's when I am like at my hottest on, like, because I just want to feel a connection again.
Right.
Like you just go through the breakup and you're all sad and you're crying, and you know, as my best friend, like she knows I've been crying to her all the freaking time about my recent breakup. But the reason I also put getting out of a relationship as a bad sign because of that. Because yeah, okay, like you might think you're gonna get the nana like really easy because they just got out of a relationship, so it's like a rebound type situation, you know. But in reality, they need the emotional crutch. You know what I'm saying? And so you think you're signing up for like a quickie, a one night stand without any attachment, and it's like the opposite. So they're like, you know, they're like hitting you up like, oh, just love me, and you're like, I just met, and you know what I mean? So I wonder, maybe sometimes some of these creeps that we encounter, are they just like going through their own emotional cycle, you know?
Well, I mean, I looked up the statistics of, let me tell you something. Hold on for a second.
This is scary.
Okay.
10% are sex offenders, 3% are psychopaths, 51% are already in a relationship. Scumbag.
Hold on. 51%
51%
of people are online dating, are in
Yeah.
relationships.
So
Stop cheating. Go ahead.
10% of members on free dating sites are already scammers. 81% lie on their profile. What do you lie about? But anyway.
I'm gonna get into this.
I mean, like, is your life that boring? But whatever.
Right.
So, since 1995, 400 people have been murdered by someone they met online. So basically, you're bound to run into someone freaky and
Hopefully
crazy.
you don't run into a murderer though, because there's a lot of people.
Well, you just gotta be smart about it. Like, don't be stupid. Like, I mean, sometimes you can be stupid, but I mean, like, whatever. I don't know.
But I think now in this day and age with social media being so big, people aren't as smart. Like I remember like 15 years ago, a good friend of mine went on a date with a guy that she met online.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want you to follow it. Like I want you to show up at the restaurant. I want you to come with. And it's a good thing I did because she drove with him and she ended up leaving him like in the middle of the date. It didn't work out, so I drove her home. And back then it was like, it seemed like obvious, you know, she was going on like a blind date with this guy online. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, you know. I had a friend who every time she went on a date was like, here's where I'm going, my location. If I call you, I need you as my emergency out. And I was like always on the ready to be there to save her.
Yeah.
And I feel like now everything is online and you're so used to connecting online that you forget that it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, like we're friends or we knew this person. And I think like the safety's starting to go downhill.
Well, that's why it's important to weed out what you have your gut feeling about, right? I mean, I feel like I have a lot of gut feelings, and sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not.
Well, yeah, so one of the things that helps me weed people out, and this is one of my top 5 red flags, is they're willing to meet you in person, but they're not willing to call you or video chat you before the date. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no. And I actually read on a site, I think it was xoj.com, that she consired it weird if you request a phone call from somebody.
Interesting.
Right? But I don't play that. Like I was on these sites for 3 years. Okay. I went on at least over 100 dates online.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, because I was like, I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic. Okay, I was looking for love. So anyway, but the thing is like this, right? it got to the point where I was spending a ton of money on dates.
Why were you spending money?
Because it, you're just out, and then it's like, I don't know.
And you want to be a modern woman.
I want to be a modern woman. Yeah, and the other thing is like this. If I just meet you, I don't want you thinking I owe you something because you bought me a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the same
If they
note,
want to like wine and dine you,
if they want to wine and dine me, that's cool. But like, I haven't always been that type of girl that's like down for the wine and dine, because I always feel like people think that you owe them something, and then I always feel like, you know what?
They do owe you. They want to know you. They owe you.
No, but they think that like you owe them. They're like, oh, I bought you dinner.
Well, that's
I bought
my
you
fault. Then
drinks.
that's a red flag.
But my
Sometimes
thing is
you
like,
don't know that ahead of time. It's
Yeah.
like if they're just being a polite gentleman, or if they're expecting.
And the other thing is like this. Like last time I checked, okay, there's like a wage gap thing, and we're not getting into that political conversation, but men and women really make a very similar amount of money. And I was dating men that I knew were working really hard. Some of them had children. Like, I'm not going to always put it on him to pay for everything, because I know how hard it is to pay for everything. So at the very least, I'm splitting the date. You know what I mean? A lot of times. Now sometimes, it's like, okay, you can wine and dine me, or like if I think that they have it a little more, or if they flaunt, which is one of the things that we were talking about that they lie about a lot of times, is that they have all this money.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have all these pictures of you in a Benz and all this, no, sorry, you're paying for the date. And if you're lying, if you're frauding, you better stop frauding, because you're going to be paying for all those dates. But anyway.
I do say in the first date, I said, do you want me to help? One guy out of every guy I dated said, let me see the check. And I was like, oh, we're done.
See, I don't know, maybe it's like, I don't know. I've been working since I was 14, and I know it's really hard to pay for stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to put it on him either, because if I'm trying to build a relationship, like, I'm going in there with good intentions. Like, if I'm trying to build a relationship, I want to let him know from the beginning we're on a team.
There's other ways to make you build a relationship.
I know. Listen, as I'm getting older and my bills are getting more expensive, fellas, you're starting to pay for a lot more of these dates, okay? But in the past, whatever. But if they were unwilling to video, after a while, if they were unwilling to video chat with me, I'm not even meeting with you, because I met a weirdo. Like, he was totally cool on the online dating site. He was like a music producer, promoter, whatever, and I'm
And
like,
then he wasn't like that cool.
And he wasn't cool at all, and he was like actually like kind of sexist, and I'm like.
Well, no, I think that when guys call me beforehand, I like that a lot, actually, because I feel like you hear their voice. One guy told me, he's like, I'm glad your voice didn't sound awful. And he's like, that's why I called you. I'm like, you should be calling me because you want to just get to know me.
Why?
But I mean, yeah, exactly.
I am kind of digging that though, because there's like, you can have a
Digging what though?
No, the voice thing, because you can have a fine picture, okay, looking like a dime piece, all that, and then I hear your voice, and your voice doesn't match your face, and I'm thinking of like some
I've had that once happen before.
sultry tone is gonna come through my phone, and then it just.
Yeah. No, he sounded like a woman, and I was like, no, this ain't happening.
Oh.
I like the manly voice.
I mean, yeah, if your voice fits your face, I guess it's not that bad. But even then, like,
I mean, some people might like that kind of voice. I just don't.
I judge. I did say that I don't judge. I judge, but I don't. It just like knocks a couple points off. Like, you still have time to redeem yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, from what? The voice?
From the voice. Yeah, from a weird voice.
How are they gonna redeem themselves? That's their voice.
No, I'm saying like, I will, like, if you have a weird voice but you have a great conversation, you gain a couple points back.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, if your conversation.
There's certain things you can overlook.
Yeah,
You like a
I
person
understand.
enough. Like, you don't judge your best friend for every little thing.
Right.
I judge her for everything.
Oh, I am not surprised. I'm not surprised. But anyway, my other thing is this. So we're talking about catfish tonight too, right? Because that's a huge thing, right? Like, there's even a show about it.
Yep.
So, titled appropriately Catfish. And the one thing I can say about catfish, so I have been catfished before, but it wasn't necessarily to the degree that you would think. It wasn't like the TV show. It was like this. He had great pictures. He was so handsome, and like he just looked so good. And then when I actually met him, he was like 50 pounds heavier than his pictures. Now, listen, you can tell I ain't missing no meals. So I'm not gonna judge you based on your body type in a negative way. Like, if you're handsome, you're handsome. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. Like, your body type plays a minor role in that. However, if you lie about your body type,
Yeah.
that's not okay, because now you're a liar, and it shows me that you're insecure too.
Yeah.
You know. And then the other thing is this: maybe I'm not into bigger guys or smaller guys or whatever. So give me and yourself enough respect. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's very important just to be honest, because if that's where this media stuff's going to right now, it's just why not just be honest, because we're gonna see you. It's not like
That's what I've never understood the point of lying. I'm like, when you meet the person, like, why would you assume that person would just suddenly overlook it and be like, you lied to me, but it's okay. Like, let's keep trying. It's like, no, you lied. Like, that's it.
Yo,
Like, end of story.
One of my Facebook friends, actually he's a friend in real life too from high school, he told me that he went to go meet somebody, and it was supposed to be a girl, obviously, for him, and
it turned out to be a guy.
It was a guy. So talk about lie. But anyway, we will be coming back very shortly. We're gonna tune back in, talk a little bit more about dates and all that stuff. We have a letter from our fans coming soon asking for some advice, and later the infamous bang or bust game. So we'll be tuning in. Stay tuned with us, and we'll be back shortly. Bye. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you for staying tuned with us. We were just talking about some catfish stuff, and being disappointed that it wasn't even, that the person we showed up to a date wasn't there with us. And I'm back with, of course, Talia Jabs and It's Stella Marin, both on Instagram. I'm The Real Summer Rose. If you don't follow us now. Hit our DMs, whatever you like, as long as it's a few pictures along the way.
No dick pics.
No dick pics. No dick pics. Thank you. All right, so we are kind of getting close to wrapping up our conversation. We have a few things to cover later on in the show, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the guys that they constantly bring up sex in the conversations?
When you first meet them?
No, in the online conversation. You ever have them like instantly like, oh, I want to bang you, like, or like they
They start out like their first message right off the bat is something like that. I just ignore it.
I just go over their house. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding. I'm not kidding.
So okay. I totally get those.
No.
Well, I mean, when I was on these online dating sites, and I used to get them a lot, and I used to be like, okay, so they definitely are just nothing to me.
Yeah, they're just
at all. But I mean, it was fun fucking with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like,
sometimes I play along, like, oh, what are you gonna do to this kitty cat? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't even have the energy for that.
No, it depends on my mood. Like, if I'm a couple glasses of Moscato in, I'm gonna play along. Okay,
I have to say this one story, like this one guy I talked with, and he absolutely claimed me. I didn't even meet him yet. He was like, "You're mine." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." I'm like, I thought he was joking, because who does that?
Right.
So I was just like, okay, my friend's from, out of state are coming in, like, I'm not gonna be, available tonight. He totally was like, why aren't you answering me? Like, you're with another guy. And he started getting psycho, and I was like, so I started playing back, and I was like, so no ring? No wedding? And he was like, no, it's over. I'm like, what's over?
I love it. It's over. It's like, it hasn't started.
And then the next day he's like, I'm so sorry, can we make up? I'm like, make up? I'm like, I thought we were done.
Yo, seriously, dude.
It was funny though. It was
Yeah, my friend Jess says she gets a lot of guys who like, and now I get like, you don't want to play the games, you don't want to keep talking online over and over again before you meet, but she says like she'll, start the initial conversation, and then right off the bat, within like the first day, they're like, so you want to come over to my place? And she's like, no, like I want to go on a date, like, because when they're inviting you over, that's just for one thing. But
Okay, here's I think
checkers.
anything. Here's a public service announcement, if I may. Okay, women like to have sex as much as men like to have sex.
Yes.
Okay,
Not more.
if not more. Okay. That being said, you still have to treat us with some respect and some dignity.
You have to work for it.
Like, you gotta work for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just pretend, even if it's just, because it depends on the girl, you know what I mean? We're all different. Some girls want, freaking Cheesecake Factory with, and caviar on the first date.
I mean, Cheesecake Factory has an extensive menu. I don't know that they have caviar, but
Right.
I don't even eat fish. Caviar is off the menu.
Yes. Yeah, you don't, right? You're saying but whatever, like fancy pants, caviar substitute.
I'll go to a dive bar.
Yeah, but anyway, regardless, you have to seriously, at least treat us with some respect. That whole opening up thing with just, let's have sex. Of any sort, any variation of let's have sex, okay? I don't care what it is, it's not gonna work. And ladies, if you're letting it work, you need to stop because that stuff is annoying for the rest of us that want to be treated.
Well,
Yeah, I want to have self-respect and some dignity.
Not only that, don't complain to your girlfriends if you're not wondering why they're not calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna move on a little bit in the show. So we talked a lot about the catfishing and stuff like that, but we have a fan of ours that wrote into the show and needs some help in her relationship. So we have a Dear Baddies letter. Ladies and gentlemen, our Dear Baddies letters can be sent to social@thingswomenwant. So let us know what's going on in your love life. If you want us to give our opinion on it and what we think you should do. So here's the situation. Dear Baddies, I'm in a bad situation with my ex-boyfriend. We just broke up about 2 weeks ago because I'm spending way too much money on the relationship. I have additional concerns, so it's more than just the money part, but the problem is he doesn't want to let me go. He calls me constantly, cries to me, and begs me to stay. How do I make this breakup official so he can stop bothering me?
Ooh, tell me to leave you alone.
Yeah, you gotta set boundaries, and stick to them too. Because I know a lot of women, and I've been guilty of this too. You say one thing like, no, it's over, but then you allow them to keep communicating with you. Like if they text you, you might respond.
I don't understand why she's spending so much money on him. I don't understand.
So here's the thing about the money thing, and it's okay that she left it a little vague because I personally know what it's like to spend a lot of money on a guy. I've been with guys for years at a time when they lost their job or, whatever. And in today's economy, I don't know about you guys, but unless you're balling, the whole one income per family thing is not really working anymore, right? So I get that there's times where you have to spend money on your man. And whatever the situation is, I help, a lot of my guys sadly left me broke, but whatever. I helped a lot of them help pay their bills and things like that. So I get that part.
How long do you know these people before you start paying for their bills?
No, it's a while. Like they have to. That's you gotta earn that. Like that's a lot. Like
okay.
I gotta cry to you at least 100 times. So without wine, because that's easy to make me cry. Kidding. But no, I get it. But my thing is like this, right? Nobody likes breakups. Okay, it sucks to be the person doing the breakup. It sucks to be broken up with.
Yeah.
Okay. So really the only way in this situation is to yourself, you have to take responsibility to cut the relationship off.
Yeah.
If he's calling you, don't answer. It sucks. But I used to work in this job, okay? I did mortgages, and there were so many times I had to call people and tell them really bad news. You didn't get your mortgage, your income wasn't approved, your credit stinks, whatever.
It's like you're breaking up with them.
Yeah, it was like a breakup all the time though, because this is people's money, so it is as sensitive as some things. But the lovely lady who sat next to me, who was so amazing, shout out to Diana, one day you'll hear this, but her motto was just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do.
Oh God, yes.
Just rip it off. It's going to hurt.
The longer you wait, the longer you postpone it, the worse and worse it gets.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that this guy just wants to be with her because she was supporting him financially. And that's what he's trying to hang on to, and that's what he needs.
Well, that's sad on his part because that's
yeah.
us calling for that's just stupid. Move on, kid.
Yeah. Well,
I get that it's hard. I
It's
get that it's
hard.
hard, but that's not the right reason to hold on to a relationship.
And even if us saying that he is using her for financial support doesn't take away the fact that he might actually still love her, right? Doesn't take away that he still has feelings and it still does hurt.
No, but also, you know what? Also, I'm thinking he probably has money and still using her money.
I don't know. I mean, that's an easy thing to assume, but it's not always the case. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't the case. Like, I knew, for my ex, I knew his social, I knew his bank account, I knew he didn't have any money. You know what I mean? And that doesn't take away the fact that he loved me very much. It doesn't take away the fact that maybe he was still using me. Like, it was a complicated situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So, you know, relationships are different in every way. But, girl, assuming that you're a girl, okay, because anybody can have a boyfriend, that's okay. So, friend, I think the best thing for you to do is just hold your ground, put 10 toes to the ground, and just rip that Band-Aid off, and just don't let him keep manipulating you.
Yeah,
Because
put
at this
yourself
point,
first.
put yourself first. At this point, it's manipulation, and that's the last thing that you need in your life.
You'll find someone who loves you. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago and then spending now.
No, Natalia doesn't play when it comes to money. So, fellas,
Clearly.
I'm not
She
gonna
was
call.
like, I had no tolerance.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm really not that bad.
No, Natalia's like, no, I didn't dine me. Okay, I'm not paying for anything.
Like first date.
Yeah, no. Oh, where's our key? So, okay. So yeah, so let us know again if you need advice on your love life or whatever situation that you're in. Just let us know. Email us at social@thingswomenwant.com and let us know what you want us to give your opinion on. It doesn't matter. We're pretty open people, right?
Oh,
We
yeah,
love to talk about
totally.
anything.
We'll
So
talk about
Anything goes.
yeah, and make sure you tune in next week too, because we're talking about some raunchy stuff.
So basically the finale on this online dating thing, I just wanted to say, you want to stay public wherever you go. You want to maybe run a background check, maybe that's a little too expensive. If he's rude to service, see how he is around the public, and go with your gut. So anyway, have fun on your cyber life.
Yeah, and we are
We're out.
We're tuning in on we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back. Bang or bust, everybody's favorite game to play is coming up next, and then after that we are going to hear from our host from Reading, PA, Miss Melinda. So stay tuned with us. We'll be right back. Okay, thanks for staying tuned. We are back live on Facebook, and Instagram's been hanging with us on our crazy little breaks that we have. So thank you, Instagram. We have just finished our lovely Dear Baddies letter. Again, guys, we want to answer all your love questions. So send your Dear Baddies letters to social@thingswomenwant.com.
And we'll pick the best.
We'll pick the best ones. Actually, we'll pick all of them, but you might just have to wait. You know, we'll get to it though. Anyway, so we got finished talking about our online dating. We got finished talking about our online dating red flags. So if you missed that, make sure you tune into our posted video to hear all our great conversations about that. We covered some really cool things with that. But right now, ladies, we are going to be doing our favorite game.
Banger bust.
Everybody has loved this game, so we want to hear your feedback on it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you want more people? Do you want less people? What do you want from us with Bang or Bust? But I don't watch a lot of football, okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't watch a lot of football at all. I didn't miss that Super Bowl, though. Go Eagles.
No, yeah, that was definitely worth it.
Go Eagles. Super Bowl champions, thank you. 215 all day, every day. So anyway, we did do a themed Banger Bust this week because I do believe, and I could be wrong, but I do believe football preseason starts this week. So all you little
football players.
we got some football players for you, and boy, are some of them fine.
I didn't know who they are, so I'm excited to see.
Oh, I'm not doing this one first. All right. Oh, this one? Okay. So, forgive me if I get the teams wrong. I really was just going on whatever the first little thing on Google said. So, if they got to blame Google if it's the wrong team. I ain't got time for that. So, listen. This guy's name is Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
And he plays, excuse me, it's Bang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He plays for the Arizona Cardinals. This is Larry Fitzgerald right here. Natalia, how do you feel about Larry?
Bust.
I knew she was gonna bust. This is a bang. Not only do I want to bang Larry Fitzgerald, I want to cook Larry Fitzgerald dinner. I want to feed it to him, and I want to meet his mama. Okay? So Larry, if you're out there and you're looking for a wifey,
I think he's holding a water bottle. Really good thing.
his name is Clay Matthews.
What?
All right, he looks like a grizzly bear here,
I'm sorry.
but he was on. Listen, I know he's iffy. okay? But he was on a lot of lists for like top 50 hottest NFL players.
So I think you just picked a bad picture, but he does actually, like, if I look at him, first of all, I like guys with beards, so.
That's why I picked that picture.
I think, yeah, he looks a little grizzly, but I think he looks like a fine grizzly.
Okay. And then we have Mark Sanchez. Oh,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
Clay is a bust for me.
I'd friend zone him.
Friend zone?
Like he'd be like a good best friend.
Nah, he wouldn't get anything from me.
Clay, I do you.
Alright. We have Mark Sanchez.
Bust.
Bust. He's probably a bust for me too. I'm not really digging his vibe.
I don't know, I kind of bang.
Alright, she's banging him.
He looks like the kind of guy that's really into himself, I feel like.
Yeah, he seems like kind of douchey, right?
Yeah.
Well, if that's douchey, I don't like douche.
Something tells
He's
me
out.
love
He's a
douchey.
douche.
Very speculative.
I know.
Like we just decided. 5 seconds is a douche, so it's not.
Alright, this is Cam Newton.
Yeah,
No.
bang.
No.
I mean, I don't like the straight across hairline, but his smile is great. He's got great face.
She just gave it his hairline.
I should.
He probably paid like $50 for that hairline.
I know.
But I do it anyway. I do it anyway.
No,
I like the hair.
honestly, Cam, on a physical level, Cam is all that. He's all that in a bag of chips. I just think that he and I would get into a lot of arguments, so we might have really good angry sex. So, because of that, it's a bang. But that's it. We're not gonna get along. I can just tell by the way that he just carries himself. We would argue all the time. But I don't think
He looks so easy.
The way he carries himself, so he's
I don't know. Just because
when
he's
he's carrying that trophy, you're
Like,
yes,
hi, I'm adorable and I have a trophy.
I got this suit on, you asshole.
That's a nice suit too. That's
Do they
a
look good
never
together?
dress well.
Yeah.
They look good together.
But you guys would argue all the time, so.
We would argue. I don't know what it is about him, but I know we would argue all the time. But I'm not opposed to it. Angry sex is good sex. All right, so that's it for the Bang and Bust. You see, we cut it down a little bit this week. Let us know if you want us to do more or less or what you like, because the Bang and Bust game is so fun to play. All right, our show will be wrapping up. Okay, our show's going to be wrapping up shortly, but we do have our girl from Melinda on the line. Melinda is from Reading, Pennsylvania, and she is one of our amazing divas holding our show down. She has been hitting up our social media and making sure everything is popping. She's a great host with us, and we are so excited to have her on this week. Melinda, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, Melinda.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can
I
hear
hope
you.
everybody else can.
Hi.
So what's going on, girl? I hear you have a love story of the week for us. Yes?
I sure do have a love story of the week. How's everybody doing? I've just been listening to you guys, and you guys are hilarious with the red flag stuff.
Oh my God, girl.
It's so true, though.
I've been single for 3 years, so
Yeah.
I've been single for 3 years, so it hasn't worked.
Girl, I know, right? It took me 3 years too, and I sure as heck didn't meet my next boyfriend online either. Anyway.
And there's a lot of people that are like, online dating the red flag. I'm like, but you're on Facebook. Isn't that considered online as well?
Yes, yes.
That's not dating.
No, I've got a lot of dating stories from guys I've met on social media.
Yeah,
more
social-
so than
On Facebook?
Yes.
Well, with me it was mostly MySpace, but like more so than online dating apps.
I
met
get
more
people
guys
from
out there.
India contacting me on Facebook.
Well, that's where my 90-day fiance got. I wish we got into your story about your
I know,
Facebook.
sorry.
guy.
Well, we'll get
it's
to it
cool.
one
We'll
day.
get into the behind the scenes on that. We're gonna get her story. Wait till you hear that one. All right, Melinda, let's hear this love story of the week, because I think you got a crazy date story lined up for us too.
Is this your story?
Story, so it could be the love story first or the crazy date story. I actually have
Which one
two
first, love
crazy
story?
date stories.
All right. No, Melinda wants to go with the crazy date story. All right. Hit us off right, Melinda.
So, one of my girlfriends said that she went on a crazy date with a guy she met online on Facebook, of course. But I consider it online dating.
Mhm.
And he took her out to dinner and said the dessert is at the hotel. He got her a hotel, and it was, apparently it was a really nice hotel, and that he had dessert ready for her at the hotel. She was like, this is our first date. What made you think, because you brought me dinner at the Olive Garden, that I was going to give you sex on the first date?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Long story short, she
brought an Olive Garden?
She came up with this plan. But she was like, okay, I'm going to take me home so I can go get my, I can pack the overnight bag.
Mm-hmm.
So she made him take him home, and she was able to pack the overnight bag. And then she was able to go home, and she said home. And he was like, girl, I'm sorry, like, where are you at? And she was like, I'm not coming out.
That's great. I love that.
So he was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, what do you think? You were gonna get the cake and eat it. She got free drinks and come right back home.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. If you're gonna get a
Exactly, that's what I said. That's the way you go, girl. She's like, oh no, I ain't going outside. What do you think this is? I know it's not way pain, but still.
yeah.
That's
facts.
actually pretty funny.
All right. So what about this love story? Because we are running a little short on time. Let me hear this love story too.
Okay, so the love story is these two people, Aiden and Drew, were both tired of attempting to find romance in bars, so they thought it was online dating aside. Aiden was from Pittsburgh and didn't know very many people in the city. So Drew was a Pittsburgh native, initially messaged Aiden because he saw a profile that she loved gospel music. So she was also beautiful, so he was like, who doesn't love rock and roll? And puppies. So the couple messaged each other back and forth a little bit, but really wanted to meet in person. So they met one night. They talked for like 6 hours before they heard like last call at the bar. They could have went on for more hours because they had so much in common. There was no quietness. There was no like awkwardness between the two. And needless to say, they were both pretty excited about each other, and they got married after that, and they both met online. So they tried to get their friends to go online and try it. And if it is hard, but once you find that one person, you will know.
Thank you so much, Melinda. So despite, what that tells me is, despite all of our red flags, there's still some hope for all you little hopeless romantics out there. It's not with me, that's for damn sure. So, no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Maybe one day, Melinda.
You will know when you go on that one date and
Yeah.
the conversation just flows freely. That's
You
the
can just
one.
kind of trust your gut. Your gut tells you everything. I'm
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
when I don't trust my gut, it always turns bad.
Do not. Just like Natalia said, no, I know where you came from. You didn't come from a prison shore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Melinda, for holding it down out in
Thank you,
Reading.
Melinda.
We are going to talk to you soon and definitely next week. All right, girl?
Alright, you girls have a great night.
Thanks,
All right,
Melinda.
thank
You
you.
too.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So our show is coming to a close. Thank you so much. Ladies, one last final thought on the topic of the day. Stella, you want to go first since you're our guest?
I think the same thing Talia's been saying the whole night. Trust your gut and be safe. Just please be safe and know yourself first. Know your boundaries. Know what you're willing to accept. You know what you're looking for, and stick to it. Don't make exceptions.
Exactly.
I mean, trust your gut, absolutely. I mean, I always trust my gut. It never does me wrong. I just don't listen sometimes. And what's another thing? I guess
I think that was.
yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
I mean, my thing is this. Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't put up a fake profile and all that other stuff, or hide your body or anything like that.
And
You
go-
will get caught. You will get caught.
No filters.
No filters.
Nobody wants that.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us again this week. It has been a blast. I think we have fun every single time getting ready for the show and doing the actual show. So for more on today's topic and all of us, head over to thebaddateshow.com. If you can't get enough there, make sure you head over to our mother site, thingswomenwant.com. And as always, you can find us and our show on Instagram and Facebook at The Bad Date Show. Stella's on there at It's Stella Marin, so go check her out. We didn't even get to her book or anything like that. She
Okay,
is
so many
awesome.
stories.
So many stories. So it's StellaMarin.com and at It's Stella Marin on Instagram. My girl Natalia is gonna help you fix your health and get your life together. So hit her up at Talia Jabs, Talia Jabs on Instagram, and come hit your girl up on the gram at The Real Summer Rose. and we will gladly love to talk to all of you. Please make sure you stay tuned with us live every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
cyber life.